12-1. They're now 7-1.
Let's go.
Trailing only New England and Kansas City. This is a team to win the AFC. This is a team that a year ago today was coming off being 0-16. Now they are the third favorite in Vegas to win the AFC. Dan Orlovsky, I cannot believe I'm asking this question. Are the Browns a Super Bowl contender?
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. First of all, not a very flawed football team anymore. They don't have many holes. You talked about New England, Kansas City, and the Browns right now in third place. I do want to mention, and people in Cleveland know this, how fortunate they are to have their general manager and John Dorsey. He also built Kansas City as well. Yeah. I mean, he built a lot of that roster and now this Cleveland roster. But you look at the NFL is really about who's and hows. So they've got Baker Mayfield, right? Now Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, Antonio Callaway, Njoku, Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Duke Johnson. Those are a lot of who's. And now NFL defensive coordinators are going to go, how do we stop this team? How do we stop this team that is led by a guy who's incredibly confident? He's got moxie dripping from the time he gets off the plane, and now plenty of weapons. And it's a locker room that's going to be fun, young, exciting. They built up their defensive line this offseason as well. They don't have many holes in Cleveland.
All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Derek P. Fields. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. Man, oh man, what a day yesterday was. What a day yesterday and early this morning. Le'Veon Bell was now picked up by the Jets, okay? And he signed with the Jets. It was 4 years, 52 to 54 million, one of those. Good for him. He's well rested. May make a video later. This right here is what I want to talk about. The Odell Beckham Jr. trade. So late last night, I'm talking about you in bed, you're getting tucked in, tucking your kids in, you know, whatever's going on. You get an ESPN alert, a YouTube alert, whatever, that Odell Beckham Jr. has been traded to the Cleveland Browns. The New York Giants gave up the kitchen sink and an arm and a leg. They gave this year's 17th overall pick, a second round pick, a third round pick, and safety Jabril Peppers. 4 players for one. Now, there was some rumblings Monday night. If you listen to the podcast, go check out Luke G's channel. I'll be in my description, where we addressed free agency. And one of the comments brought up was a rumor that the Lions were interested in Odell Beckham Jr. Now, at that time, that particular chat person said that it would be our 8th pick for Odell Beckham Jr. Now, as you can see, even if that was true, and most of the table was not on board with that trade, that entirely was not true. We would have had to give up an 8th, and probably we have 9 picks this year. We probably would have had to give up at least one of them, or 2 in addition, one in addition to the 8th overall pick, and potentially a player. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe one player less than Odell Beckham Jr. Now, my thing is this. The Cleveland Browns, I'm not trying to take anything away from them, okay? Because when the Detroit Lions went 0-16, they drafted Matthew Stafford. Calvin Johnson was a part of the 0-16 team. But the Cleveland Browns are not playing around. Not at all. They have so much talent on the ball that I can't even, Dan Orlovsky already went through it. Now, here's my thing. And you know, I hate to do this. I hate to make it about my Detroit Lions, but I can't resist. First of all, you've got Orlovsky, who used to play for Detroit. I'm not taking nothing away from the man. He was not a great quarterback. He was not a good quarterback. He's now doing his broadcaster thing, and that's cool. Not taking anything away from him. I don't want you to get that from this video. What I am on is the Vegas odds that the Cleveland Browns before this move were 12-1. 12-1. Let me tell you something. And now they're they're only under the Patriots and the Chiefs. Now, the Lions, let me tell you, just put that in perspective. The Detroit Lions were, before free agency Monday, okay, they were 100-1 favorites to win the Super Bowl. 100-1. Now, after the trades, they are now 50-1. Okay, so you tell me the Cleveland Browns are 1 year removed from 0-16, are 2 years removed from 1-15. Okay, and they should have been the first team in NFL history to go back to back 0-16 and hold a record all of their own. Now, the Detroit Lions will always own the first ever record of an 0-16 team. But I am amazed at how much respect the Cleveland Browns are getting. I am completely amazed. How about the Cleveland Browns make it to the playoffs? All this pressure is on the Detroit Lions from the media standpoint that they make the playoffs and win a playoff game. And they have a team that is basically 2 years removed from 1-31 going to the winning the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, winning the Super Bowl. So here's my thing. YouTube land, Detroit Lions fans, would you have been interested in this trade? Would you have been willing to give up what the Cleveland Browns did? And if not, then what? Because I know it's some people out there that would have, taken. I think he is probably, I would prefer him over Antonio Brown, but nevertheless, both of those ships have sailed. And in my opinion, neither one of them, nor was Le'Veon Bell, part of any type of talks for the Detroit Lions. Let's just be clear and honest about that. They were never, ever had a chance to come here. Bob Quinn didn't want anything to do with them. It appears as though the first thing he's going to go after is expatriates. Maybe that's a culture thing. Maybe it's a familiarity thing. Whatever it is, they had no chance of coming here. But the breaking news and this story dwarfs. You know what I thought? I thought that now that it's over, I can speak on this. I do not have any type of sources or anything like that, so I want that to be clear. But I had heard from a friend that potentially the Chicago Bears were in the mix to land Le'Veon Bell, and I'm just like, man, that cannot happen. We don't need Kareem Hunt. We don't need him to go there. We need to. We don't need that to happen as Detroit Lions fans, as the Detroit Lions organization. We already at the bottom. We're working our way up. We don't need to battle through AB. We don't need to battle through LB. Okay, so if that would have happened, that would have been crazy, right? So I'm glad that didn't happen, because he's not even in the conference, let alone the division. Neither is Odell Beckham Jr. I'm not sure. I know they played the Browns. Was it last year or this year? The season seems like it was so far away, but I feel like we will be playing the Browns coming up. I would have to look at the schedule, but just to kind of look and see here, Odell Beckham, man, that's crazy. So he had 77 receptions last year. He did eclipse 1,000 yards. He had over 6 touchdowns. Well, no, he had 6 touchdowns, and he averaged over 13.7 a catch. So I mean, the man can ball. We all know that. We've seen that, and we've witnessed what he can do. But the Cleveland Browns were willing. The New York Giants were willing to sacrifice so much, and you gotta wonder what they have up their sleeve to mortgage that much. You still have Eli Manning. What are the New York Giants? What are they up to? I don't know. But Detroit Lions fans, football fans in general, I gotta know, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this move for either team? It does not look good for the Giants, but it looks fantastic for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, they also had a plan to give up so much to get one man. And it makes you wonder, what would Calvin Johnson have if the Lions were willing to part ways with CJ? We're talking 2011, 2012 Calvin Johnson, 2014 Calvin Johnson. What would the Lions have? What would they have received if they would have given up CJ? You never know. All we can do now is wonder. But anyway, guys, this is the story coming off of ESPN and all the other websites, so you know it's true. We already got the details of that. It's definitely a go. This is crazy. So now OBJ and Landry are on the same team. He was trying to recruit him last year, and now he's there, unwillingly, albeit, but he's there. So anyway, man, oh man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, guys. Look forward to the round table tomorrow night. Hopefully it will be on my channel at 8 p.m. Eastern. So anyway, guys, it is Derek P. Fields. I'm out. Peace.